Hey everybody, it's me, John DeVillarreal, and today I'm talking about my new Saucony Ride 15. Now these are really cool. These are brand new for me. I've worn them once just to test them, be able to do this review, and I really like them. They look really great, and let me just show you what these look like just super quick as a quick overview, and then we'll go through all the different elements here. You see you've got a lot of sort of open air mesh here for breathability, but you still have this sidewall construction here. You have tremendous amounts of foam, and in my understanding is these compete with the Asics Gel Nimbus 25, I believe. Now there is a new version of these, but my understanding was there wasn't like a huge difference between the two. I could be wrong, but that was the research I did. Now these laces are kind of interesting. I don't really know what to think about these. I'll come back to those later. First, I have to say a few things. Number one, this video is not sponsored by Saucony or anybody else. Number two, these are my own true honest opinions. And number three, I paid for these with my own money. Now, I'm coming off of the Asics Gel Venture 9. I've been with the Asics Gel Venture series for a long time, and these are a trail running shoe. This is a true running shoe. What was happening with me is I was just putting a lot of miles in, walking almost daily on concrete, on asphalt, right? And so I just needed some cushioning. My feet were feeling it. Sometimes, you know, at the end of the day, my feet would really be hurting me, right? And so I wanted something that was gonna give me a lot of cushion here, and you can see the big difference in cushioning right here. But definitely feel-wise, like it's just a whole different thing. But just as a quick comparison here, you can see the difference in weight. Now, granted, well, watch this. So here's the Asics Gel Venture 9. And here is the Saucony Ride 15. Sounded heavier, but I can just tell you right now, like this is heavier than this. Now, you can see the bottom of the shoes here, Asics Gel Venture 9. It's really good. It's got some good grip here. It's built pretty heavy duty, and it has the mesh here. Some breathability, but it's just, you've got some leather pieces here. It's got a really strong, solid construction, okay? Now this here, these are just easy to get on and off. My understanding is this is built, this upper has got some recycled materials in it. The one thing I really don't like in comparison, see these right here, I feel good about these laces. They're thin, they're easy to deal with, but they feel pretty strong. I've never had an issue with these. These ones are kind of more stretchy. I just don't know if they're gonna hold up. I mean, I'm sure they probably do. I think these are built with some speed on and off. They are very comfortable though. It's kind of a weird feeling, like you almost feel like you're on top of all this cushioning, and this is just very light. So it's almost like light and springy, if that makes sense. Like you've got this cushioning and this is very light and you just spring off it. At first it kind of tripped me out because it was like, I was almost like using my toes to kind of curl. Let me see if I can show this, like here on my toes. It's almost like I was using my toes to kind of curl because I wanted to hold on to it because it was so light. It was like, is the shoe gonna go with me when I move? And which is kind of a crazy thought, but it was just such a difference between this and this. But here's the deal for me. Like, first of all, because of how many miles I put on, like I said, I'm doing 7,000 to 15,000 steps pretty much a day. Most of that is on, some is on mixed surface, but a lot of that is on asphalt concrete, right? So bottom line for me is I want something that at the end of the day, I don't feel totally beat up. Like my feet feel good. And I want something where I can put significant miles and have significant cushioning, and this fit the bill. At the end of the day yesterday, like, okay, I could feel like I've been walking a lot, but it wasn't like destroyed, you know what I mean? So that's the thing. Like now, whereas these, now in fairness to the Asics Gel Venture 9, any shoe, you look at these different shoes in terms of the longevity. I think some would say 300 or 500 mile, somewhere in that 300 to 500 mile range. I've heard these can go for more than 500. So I don't expect they're only gonna last as long as they're gonna last, right? And if you're putting miles on it, whether you're running or you're walking, you're gonna have to change your shoes at some point, understood. But during that time, I want as much cushion as possible. Now with every shoe, there's trade-offs. The higher up you go here, it's like, okay, well, my wife was asking, well, what about the lateral support? What about this? What about that? I felt like it's really good. I feel really happy with these. Okay, so here we go, just trying these on. You can see right here that it's actually pretty easy. You have this very soft right here, which is good for sort of long term, and it's almost like a little bit of a shoe, quasi shoehorn. You just put your foot in here, and it just kind of conforms to your foot. But you can see right here, we can sort of see through that, pretty much, right? My toes right here. So it's definitely a different experience. And then when I lace these up, like I don't like crank on them too much, but I guess it works. It's something I just have to get used to because of the material. And so I kind of am expecting something different. I don't really crank down on the laces. And look, I mean, worst case scenario, I can always get new laces. It's like not that big a deal. But these are cool and they're comfortable. Even when you what I do like about it a lot is even when you tighten it up, it's like not that tight on your foot because it has a little bit of a stretch and springiness to it and some breathability, which actually is really good for, a shoe like this where you might be out in the sun a lot. Now I'm someone that's supinates, it kind of wears things out into the outside. I think these are shoes that might be able to help with that. Just unbelievable. Just so much cushion there. I'm not even used to this, dude. It's like when I put it on, it's just so, again, what I feel, I want to run, and I'm not really a runner, right? I mean, this is light here, and then just huge cushion, like light and springiness is what I feel. Like it's really, really cool. Like I just want to just go do something. It's pretty crazy. Best thing to do is let's go out there and let's show you. Let's do some walking, let's take it to the gym. I'll show you the pros and cons, and we'll wrap it up with some ratings. Let's do it right now. Okay, here you go right here. You can see just walking on the sidewalk, it actually feels pretty good. It's got my feet pretty covered, which is awesome. Now here's on asphalt, and this is what I'm doing most of the day. Just walking around on asphalt. So, this definitely feels, it kind of cradles my foot. And I feel like I've got, like I said, it's light and it gives me a good push off. Now if I were to jog a little bit, not bad. I could definitely feel that in terms of like the cushioning and stuff. So that's pretty strong. I like that. Let's go to the gym and see what happens. But just on carpet, it feels really good, right? So this feels like really a nice kind of shoe. All right, now let's try this again. If I were to just run a little bit, not too bad. Let's try it the other way. Definitely kind of leans you forward and pushes you off. I'm a little bit tighter range of motion because you've got some cushion, significant cushion here. You know what? That's not bad, actually. Huh. Wow. Well, you know what? Maybe I can do a little bit of a light leg day with these. Look at that. Different positioning, but I feel like, solid support. I still would use my other shoes that I have right now, which is my New Balance, but that are designed for cross training. But if I had to, I could. I just want to try like a rep or two to see what this feels like. Okay. You know what? You can work out with legs in these. Huh. I still would favor, obviously, my cross trainers, and I wouldn't want to do this all the time. But if I had to and I had them on, I probably could get a light leg day done with these, which is pretty impressive. I wasn't really sure because this is a running shoe, not like the trail running shoes I have with the ASICS Gel Venture 9. So that's pretty cool. There we go. Yeah, and they feel good to stand in. Again, you feel like there's a lot of cushion there, a lot of material, and it's kind of like holding your foot, but definitely supporting it, in my opinion. So it's almost like you get pushback from the shoe, but it also reminds you that you got a lot of cushion there. That's, again, I'm trying to, keep the asphalt, if you will, as far away from my it's not maybe not the perfect, I mean, it'll make sense, but I mean, obviously not the perfect analogy, but keep the asphalt and the concrete as far away from my feet as possible. I'm not trying to win a sprint or anything like that. I'm just trying to make it through a long day of significant walking. I don't feel like I'm losing anything off of these, really, from my Asics Gel Venture 9. Different, I mean, you know, that's a shoe that's a little bit more rough and tumble. And, you know, I can walk off the trail, stuff like that. But these shoes right here, the Saucony Ride 15s, are like significantly, if not massively better on the pavement and feel lighter, faster, better on concrete, stuff like that. And just my test is at the end of the day, you know, how do I feel? You know, am I okay? Like, I want to walk with these. I want to run with these. And, you know, again, I know I needed to change shoes, so it's a little bit of an unfair comparison in that respect, but you can just tell the massive difference straight off the bat. So I think that's very, very important. Okay, here I'm going to try a treadmill. Put a little speed on it, nothing too crazy. And I can tell where my foot is hitting with the shoe. It's kind of more on the inside line. It's kind of supporting that outside line. So it's good, feels great in terms of actually really wanting to go faster. Speed this up a little bit. It's about 3.8 miles an hour. Fairly comfortable walk there. Feels fine on my feet. That's the main thing. You know, can I go with long distance walking with these shoes? That's really the whole reason why I got them. Not much of a runner, but we'll try a little faster here. Decent jog. Feels good. Foot feels stable. I feel like I can keep this up for a while. Okay, so to wrap up, I really, really like these Saucony Ride 15s. These are really awesome, honestly, and they're really cool. They've got the form fit right here, which is really cool. They have the Power Run foam right here. And I didn't know what to think at first, honestly. Like, I wasn't sure. There's such a change from my Asics Gel Venture 9s. But at the end of the day, these held up in every event and test that I wanted to. Great on the treadmill. It actually worked doing some light legs in the gym, which surprised me. And more importantly, phenomenal on the asphalt and concrete, just walking around, which is exactly why I bought them. I wanted to have a lot of foam between me and a hard surface to be able to walk every day and, you know, be able to do it the next day, right? And for me anyway. Some differences here with the laces and a lot of ventilation here, which I guess is good and bad, but like I said, at the end of the day, it held up. It feels light and it feels like I've got some springiness to it. I feel like I've got a stable platform. I really, really like these a lot. I would say overall, I'm gonna give these a 9.75 out of 10. I think they're just great for the class that they're in. For me, for my purposes, they may even go up to like a 9.9 or a 10, but that's just for what I'm using it for, which is basically walking every day on concrete and asphalt and, you know, being able to do that over and over again. So I don't want my personal use to sort of bias that, but I just want to throw that out there. But I think overall, I'm very comfortable with the 9.75. It's not a perfect shoe. No shoe is a perfect shoe, but for the class that they're in, phenomenal shoe. I think they're a great running shoe. Hats off to Saucony. I really love them a lot. You may love them as well. My name is John D. Villarreal. That's my opinion. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.